the Great Northwoods to the Rockland Coast and streaming live in HD worldwide at foxbangor.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Today on Good Morning Maine, busy weekend around Bangor and Orono as the college students prepare for yet another year.
Plus, a cafe in Southwest Harbor that has been serving the community for almost 30 years is now up for sale. We hear from the owners this morning.
And our top story, a woman has been arrested for arson after a fire broke out in Norway. This and more right now.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Joe Cortez. Thanks for joining us this morning. We have a couple of good things to get to. On top of it, the Artemis spaceship is launching today. We'll have some live coverage of that in just a few moments. It's been a good weekend. How about yours?
It's been good. It was restful, and we have a beautiful couple days ahead of us, so I'm happy about that as well.
I know. The rain's pushed out for a little bit. We got some warmer temperatures coming in. Let's get a first check of that forecast. We'll bring in meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. As we start things off this morning, we're looking pretty good out there. Just a few clouds moving in from the west to the east in a few areas, though. A partly cloudy sky will be expected, so if you're looking forward to getting outside, today will be that day to do so. Things will be looking pretty nice. Anything that's developing is going off toward the north. We'll have to wait until later in the week for our turn for showers and thunderstorms. That will soon be possible. An overall futurecast for today, maybe some fog in a few spots, otherwise partly cloudy, but more dense fog will be on the way later on tonight. Maybe a few showers on the way by tomorrow morning in the northern ends of the state. Moving forward, though, again, a lot of the winds will be out of the southwest at about 5, maybe up to 15 miles per hour today, with more of the gusts along the coast to be ready. More gusty winds will be on the way throughout the daytime today, and especially as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. So your forecast for today, middle 80s on the way, partly cloudy and breezy out there. South wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour at times. Later on tonight, middle 60s on the way, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog. South wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 80s, mostly sunny, warm and humid out there. South wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a mixture of clouds and sun, temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Devin, thank you. We begin this morning in Norway, where authorities are investigating an apartment fire from the weekend. On Saturday at approximately 2 p.m., investigators from the fire marshal's office responded to an apartment fire on Deering Street. You can see most of the blaze caught the second floor in the middle of the structure. According to Shannon Moss, fire marshals determined that 29-year-old Katrina O'Connor, who lived in the apartment, allegedly set fire to the complex. She has been charged with arson, according to the release. Only 2 of the 5 units were occupied at the time. Both O'Connor and the other tenant did make it out with no injuries. Katrina O'Connor will be taken to the Oxford County Jail, where she's being held without bail.
A Fairfield man has been sentenced to 4 life sentences for killing 3 people and severely injuring 1 woman. We talked to the only survivor, Regina Long.
On February 3rd, 2020, Thomas Bonfancy shot and killed Samuel Powers, Jennifer Bryant Flynn, and Sean Curry. Bonfancy also shot Regina Hall Long, twice in the body and once in the face, but she remarkably survived. Friday, Justice Bruce Maloney sentenced Bonfancy to 4 consecutive life sentences and an additional 30 years for the elevated aggravated assault conviction.
Everything that the judge touched on, all the human impact as a result of his horrific crimes, was right on the mark, and these sentences called for the maximum.
Family members of those who died on that tragic day spoke out in court, pleading for the judge to give the maximum sentence. Justice Maloney thanked everyone for presenting those who lost their lives as people and not just victims. Jennifer Bryant Flynn's mother says Bonfancy never once showed any form of regret.
I wasn't surprised by his lack of remorse. There'll never be justice for our family, and there'll never be justice for Elizabeth, Sam's mom, for Regina, who lives in pain continuously. But there's accountability at last.
Jennifer Bryant Flynn's 17-year-old daughter, Madison Flynn, addressed the court to reflect on her mother's memory. Madison says she wishes things could be different. Jennifer's mother talks about how she wants her daughter to be remembered.
Just as a loving person who the community cared about, a loving mother and grandmother.
Hall says she lost most of her teeth after being shot in the face and suffers from anxiety following her injuries.
Being a survivor ain't an easy thing to do. I've shaked and cried for 2.5 years.
Long says she hopes in time to make peace with the horrific events that took place February 3rd, 2020.
Time goes by. It'll always be in my thoughts, so, But I made it.
In Machias, A.J. Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
A horrifying scene in Auburn on Saturday. Police and fire departments were called to a home at 56 Dillingham Hill Road for a report of a 2-year-old child that was found unresponsive in the family swimming pool. According to the release, responding officers began emergency life-saving efforts. Auburn Fire Department paramedics arrived and transported the child to Central Maine Medical Center. Tragically, all efforts were unsuccessful, and the child did not survive. The Auburn Police Department, with the assistance of the Maine State Police Major Crimes Unit, are investigating the circumstances of the child's death. The preliminary investigation indicates that this incident is an accidental drowning.
Friday, a crash in Fairfield sent two vehicles down an embankment. Fairfield police officer Casey Dugas says 18-year-old Destiny Betts of Stonington made a left turn out of the Circle K parking lot on Norridge Walk Road. According to Dugas, she drove her Ford Escape into the path of a waste removal truck being driven by 33-year-old John Ryan Fitch of South China. Both vehicles left the road and went down an embankment. He says Betts' vehicle rolled over, and although she was wearing her seatbelt properly, the seatbelt failed and Betts was ejected from the car. Betts and her passenger were taken to the hospital where they were treated and released. Fitch and his passenger sustained minor injuries. Dugas says speed does not appear to be a factor in the crash.
Fairfield police have arrested multiple people in connection with an assault on a juvenile. Around 12:15 Friday afternoon, Fairfield police responded to a report of a juvenile being assaulted by several others at Mill Island Park. According to Officer Casey Dugas, investigators found that a female had been attacked by 2 other female juveniles, while another juvenile video recorded it. Now, Dugas says the 2 juveniles were arrested and charged with aggravated assault. During the investigation, another juvenile arrived on scene and was arrested for criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and obstructing government administration. Now, the victim was transported to Thayer Hospital by ambulance. The juveniles were released to their parents with a conditional release.
The U.S. government has begun scattering millions of packets of oral rabies vaccine from helicopters and planes in 13 states from Maine to Alabama. The major aim is to keep raccoons from spreading their variant of the deadly virus to states where it's less prevalent. The government is also continuing tests of a vaccine that Canada has approved for skunks as well as raccoons. Rabies is generally spread through an injected animal's saliva. Thanks to pet vaccination laws in the U.S., the disease is mostly spread by wildlife. Federal experts say 60,000 Americans a year get rabies shots after being bitten or scratched by an animal that's infected, or might be. The time is now 6:08. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, move-in day for Husson and UMaine occurred last Friday and Saturday. We'll hear from students and an administrator on the sentiment going into the fall semester.
But before we go, let's take a quick look at the Artemis launch. There is your countdown, a live shot from NASA. It is an exciting Monday morning here.
It takes all types to play Family Feud, the Doghouse Daddy.
What's the least sexy thing your wife has ever worn?
Granny panties, Steve.
The Family Blabbermouth.
Grandma's sick of Grandpa falling asleep in the middle of what?
Going to the bathroom.
Hyman, get up off this toilet!
See all the types on Family Feud.
Weekdays at 9 on ABC 7.
There is a major plumbing problem in the building.
A mushroom growing out of the ceiling because of water damage.
Yes.
I see no mushrooms on a picture.
You need to put those glasses back on. I'm losing my appetite. Can we end the case?
Hot Bench. Monday at 3 on ABC 7.
I strive so hard to get to the right verdict.
It's not Murphy's Law.
Do you ever watch a people's court? Do you think I'm an idiot?
It's a court of law.
I'm a judge, and I deal in evidence and proof.
The People's Court.
The law is the law is the law is the law.
All this week at 4 on ABC 7. Half-off deals. Save money at foxbangor.com right now. Get the best deals from restaurants, family fun activities, events, and your favorite stores all in one place. Go to foxbangor.com and click on half-off deals and see all the money you could be saving. Half-off deals at foxbangor.com.
A cafe in Southwest Harbor that has been serving the community for almost 30 years has been put up for sale. Madeline Gernhardt tells us why.
The Quiet Side Cafe, owned by Ralph Reed and his wife Frances, has been a staple of the Southwest Harbor community for 27 years, offering delicious homemade baked goods and hosting charitable events for locals in the community. They relocated the store 2 years ago, and this year, Ralph and Frances decided it was time to close their doors.
We just kind of think it's about time to move along and maybe do something else. My wife might continue to do pies.
After raising a family in the area and serving 5 generations of customers, Ralph says he's proud of what he and his wife were able to accomplish for their community.
Southwest Harbor is a wonderful town. We have served them for the whole time. We've done free Thanksgiving dinners for many, many years and other things for the town. They've been wonderful in supporting us.
Ralph and Frances hope that their legacy will be carried on by the next owners of the store.
It's going to be sad if we have to close it. We really hope somebody buys it and takes it over and kind of does the same thing.
Ralph and Frances thank the community for their continued support over the past 27 years and are looking forward to their future once the shop is sold. In Southwest Harbor, I'm Madeline Gernhardt for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Husson University is welcoming students back this weekend. Move-in weekend began Saturday for Husson's incoming first-year students, continued through Sunday with all other upper-class students. Husson utilized Move-in weekend to get its students acquainted with the campus before attending any of their classes. This year, students arrived on campus for the first whole semester without any COVID-19 restrictions since the spring of 2022.
I mean, last year it was like masks over everybody. You couldn't see anybody's expressions, nobody's face, stuff like that. So this year you can see everybody smiling. You can walk by people and see them actually smile at you. It feels just much more alive here on campus.
Classes for Husson University begin on Monday.
And from one side to the other, students attending the University of Maine are returning to campus for the academic year. Hundreds of students attended Move-In Day, ready to kick off the new school year. UMaine President Joan Farini Mundy says there will be more in-person opportunities this school year. She says the university is still affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and plans to continue supporting public health and safety.
It's the new way we are here at the university, but we work based on science, and again, our students just are so enthusiastic and so ready to go.
Farini Mundy says the university continues to increase efforts to promote student engagement.
Hundreds of first-year University of Maine students showcased their work from research projects conducted during Black Bear Bridge Week, right before the start of the regular semester. At the Collins Center of the Arts, they highlighted their experiences through academic posters, which they made to show what they learned through the research learning experience, which allows students to actively research a topic that matters to them. Brian Olson with Student Success and Strategic Initiative for UMaine says they challenged each student to answer the question, how will you thrive at UMaine?
Then they carved off a piece of that they've been working on, and some people focused on mental health, some people focused on social challenges or how to study or however that goes, and then they've researched evidence both in the peer-reviewed literature as well as talking to support services on campus to try to figure out when they run into trouble or if they run into trouble this semester, how are they going to move through that hardship.
Olson says another goal is that the students who participated in the programs will share what they learned with other first-year students.
Time is now 6:14. After the break, we'll get a glimpse of the historic marker that the governor unveiled outside the State House on Friday.
Plus, the annual ALS fundraising walk returned this weekend for the first time since the pandemic. All the details when we return.
Established in 1925, Bangor Floral has been a premier provider of beautiful floral arrangements and thoughtful gifts for almost 100 years. Whatever the occasion, our premium collection of colorful blooms, blossoming plants, and gift baskets have warmed hearts for generations. We strongly support the Buy Local movement, purchasing directly from local farms and growers, and we are committed to the preservation of our environment. Bangor Floral, located at 332 Harlow Street. Stop in today to experience a flower shop like no other.
When Cat Tracks in LaGrange wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. Cat Tracks in LaGrange is your dealer for Hewitt lifts and Rolodox, with the goal to get you on the lake faster than anyone else.
Can we tempt you with the most incredible ice cream sandwiches, sundaes, and milkshakes in America? Well, this week, GMA's traveling the country to find the sweetest spots in America. Will we be at your favorite spot?
Oh, this is going to be sweet. So sweet.
She offered you to come to stay with her, and you would split the rent.
No, ma'am. In the beginning, she offered to help.
This friend thought she found a free home.
It didn't work out because of some internet bill. So what you did was you took her off the account. Then you had a fight.
Now someone's gonna pay.
As I'm closing the door, she literally football tackles through the door, and it hit me in the back of the head. I did then turn around, and I grabbed her.
Next, Judge Judy.
Monday at 5, only on ABC 7.
Governor Mills and members of the Maine Suffrage Centennial unveiled a historic marker outside the State House on Friday. More than 100 years after the Maine suffrage movement, markers have been placed around the state to honor some of the women and men that have contributed to gender equality. Governor Mills cut the ribbon for the marker in Augusta that memorializes the ratification of the 19th Amendment in Maine.
In the course of researching and writing women's history, I've just come to understand how hard and long women had to fight for the right to vote. And it's history that we don't teach in our schools well and that people don't know about.
The marker in Augusta is just one of 7 throughout the state. The others can be found in Portland, Bangor, Farmington, Lewiston, and Indian Island.
After a 3-year break, the ALS Association's Walk to Defeat ALS is back. We heard from organizers and participants eager to spread more awareness.
Today, let's walk together in solidarity and in honor of all those who are living with ALS and in memory of all those we have lost.
The ALS Association's Walk to Defeat ALS brought out hundreds of walkers. Organizer Carrie Boski says walkers can honor their loved ones in person this year following a 3-year hiatus as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic.
We've had a lot of losses that we are coming here today to pay tribute to since 2019 when we've last been able to be together.
Governor Mills attended Saturday's event and took time to talk about her efforts to support individuals living with ALS. Mills signed LD 2007 into law, which creates a mandatory statewide registry which will track ALS information to further medical studies surrounding the disease.
It is my hope that this law will improve our understanding of this terrible disease until we can defeat ALS once and for all.
The foundation raised $46,000 in contributions from individual, group, and private donors. We spoke to a walking group that attended the event to spread more awareness about the disease while supporting a loved one.
He's an inspiration to all of us. There's been a lot of outreach with ALS, and they're trying to change that with the legislature and make ALS a known disease.
Jackson Lavatory employees joined the Walk to Defeat ALS event, noting that funding is vital to support research to treat individuals living with ALS. In Bangor, AJ Douglas, ABC 7, Fox 22.
The time is now 6:19.
And let's get a full look at that forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs. He joins us now on this lovely Monday morning.
Good morning, Devin.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, as we start things off this morning, there's a few clouds that are passing through in a few areas. Things looking pretty good for us. Maybe some areas of patchy fog that have developed as well this morning. That will be getting out of here. with plenty of sunshine that will be developing, but so far the current setup showing high pressure nearby. We'll be watching this system moving in soon. This will give us good chances for showers and thunderstorms later this week, which is good news. We still need the precipitation, so anything that develops here will definitely help things out. Let's take a field trip. I haven't dug this graphic out in a while. We have tropical issues starting to develop now. This is what we call Invis 91L right here, and it's tracking a little bit to the west-northwest at about 6 miles per hour, and we'll need to keep an eye on this. So we're expecting this to possibly develop into a tropical system. So what we call the spaghetti plot models have been activated to help track the system, and so far we're thinking a northwesterly track here, and it's going to be getting close to the U.S. coast from the latest thinking right now. So we'll need to keep an eye on this as it tracks off towards the north and west, though, and it may even get close to us. So we have a long ways to go with that, so we'll definitely make sure to keep an eye on that. Back here at home, though, our average high is 77 degrees. We'll be in the middle 80s today, upper 80s for you Tuesday, then upper 70s by Wednesday, Thursday, middle 70s by Friday and a Saturday, and also as we head into your Sunday. Dew points are going to be up, though, feeling a little humid for the next few days, so dew points will reach for the middle 60s, possibly even the 70s as we head towards Wednesday before that cold front moves in, kind of cleans up the atmosphere, and we'll be more comfortable again by Thursday, Friday, and also in a Saturday. Futurecast moving forward, though, again, maybe some clouds and some fog mixed this morning. Will remain partly cloudy on and off throughout the daytime today, with, of course, maybe a few clouds and some fog on the way again later on tonight. Maybe a few showers further off toward the north, but overall looking pretty good throughout the day on Tuesday. With a partly cloudy sky, Futurecast tries to get a few sprinkles going. We'll have to keep an eye on that as that opportunity may try to exist. With a more dense fog on the way as we head towards Wednesday morning. So overall, though, rain chances later this week looking pretty good out there, though. Maybe some areas seeing up to an inch before we're all finished up. This path may shift a little bit, so keep an eye on this. You might see a little bit more rain than what's indicated here at this point. So your forecast for today, middle 80s, partly cloudy and breezy. South wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, middle 60s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog. South wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 80s, it'll be warm out there, mostly sunny, warm and humid. South wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Already, your Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Thunderstorms likely on Wednesday, with highs falling back into the upper 70s. Upper 70s on Thursday, with a small chance of rain and a partly cloudy sky. And mostly sunny on Friday, highs in the mid 70s.
Do you hate throwing away food that's gone bad? Does your pantry look like a bad disaster? What if you could keep your food as fresh as the day you bought it and vacuum seal any ingredient? Eric Thies here with my new portable, powerful PowerXL Duo NutriSealer. This incredible breakthrough in technology can savor any flavor while it seals in the freshness. What's the secret? The Duo NutriSealer will remove all the air. Once all the air is removed, the air pressure detection system is automatically activated and seals your bag tight. And it's the only patented handheld sealer that creates double seals. The Duo has a floating hinge and a built-in slicer to make bags of any size. You can even seal through liquid. Don't let its small, compact size fool you. With just one touch of a button, the Duo seals any bag, and it will stay bonded until you open it, guaranteed. The Duo NutriSealer locks in nutrients and freshness, so you can keep your food 5 times longer. Prep and freeze delicious meals, or buy wholesale and seal individual packs and save up to 60%. Our bags are BPA free, microwave safe, and will never leach. Now you can get my PowerXL Duo NutriSealer for only 3 payments of $33.33. Plus, it comes with an ironclad 1-year VIP guarantee protection plan and my recipe book filled with marinades for super delicious meals. We're still not done. Order now and you'll receive an entire year's worth of bags. That's a $50 value, yours free. And we'll also include free shipping. All this is a $300 value, yours today, for only 3 payments of $33.33. Remember, this is a special TV-only offer. So call or go to PowerXLDuo.com right now.
Call 1-800-553-7034 or go to PowerXLDuo.com.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
And we're back with your National Spotlight.
A father and son are rescued from the Boston harbor on Wednesday. Body cam footage from the Boston Police Department shows the moments officers find and rescue the pair, both bobbing in the water, exhausted, holding onto a cooler to stay afloat.
The Harbor Patrol unit was responding to a call about a boat taking on water. The father and son duo say their engine got tangled in lobster lines and failed. The current then pushed them onto rocks and punctured the hull. Both men were physically exhausted but only suffered minor injuries. And in Pakistan, exhausted villagers have been helping the injured make their way through muddy floodwaters. The death toll from the widespread flooding that swamped parts of the country since mid-June has now topped 1,000.
Heavy rains set off flash flooding that washed away villages, and crops. Soldiers and rescue workers have been distributing tents and providing food to thousands of displaced Pakistanis. The unprecedented monsoon season has affected all 4 of the country's provinces. Nearly 300,000 homes have been destroyed, numerous roads are now impassable, and power outages are widespread, affecting millions of people. Federal investigators are poring over classified documents that were seized from former President Trump's compound in Florida earlier this month, as Republican lawmakers are questioning why they hadn't been made aware of the concerns over the former chief executive taking vital documentation out of the White House. Fox News correspondent Alexandria Hoff takes a look.
The Director of National Intelligence, Avril Haines, has informed lawmakers on the House Intelligence and Oversight Committees that her office is conducting an assessment of how classified documents were handled by former President Trump. This, of course, comes after the Friday release of the redacted affidavit used to obtain a search warrant on the former president's Florida home. It described that in January, 15 boxes of documents were turned over by Trump's team. According to the Justice Department, highly classified records were found mixed in with unrelated notes, magazines, and newspapers. Some of it, the department argued, could have compromised foreign relations and human intelligence sources.
The Department of Justice had probable cause vetted by a judge that Donald Trump was obstructing justice and in violation of the espionage clause. This is about our national security.
But if this was known earlier this year, Republican Senator Roy Blunt wants to know why he and others weren't notified.
Why hadn't the Intelligence Committee that I've been on for my time in the Senate and time in the House, why hadn't we heard anything about this? In fact, if the administration was concerned that there was a national security problem.
A small victory for the Trump legal team came yesterday when Judge Eileen Cannon issued a notice of preliminary intent to appoint a third-party attorney to review the documents seized from Mar-a-Lago. The Justice Department was also ordered to provide under seal a more detailed list of what was seized. Trump's legal team argues that some of the items that were taken may have been protected under executive and attorney-client privilege. In Washington, Alexandria Hoff, Fox News.
Still to come here on the second half of our show. Over the weekend, Bangor was host to a car show, which fundraised for local high school students.
And even though it's over, the fair in Dover Foxcroft will get a second life when we get a recap after the break. There's some more local news as Good Morning Maine continues.
In Maine, it's always buying season. And at Thornton Brothers in Lincoln, we carry new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Rams for your buying season. Here at Thornton Brothers, we'll help you find the right vehicle specifically for you to suit your lifestyle. As they say, the proof is in the performance. So come on over and test drive a real vehicle from a real dealership, or place your order with us and see why it really is buying season here in Maine. Thornton Brothers, Main Street, Lincoln.
Let your creativity run free at the Creative Arts Center, where we offer fun and affordable activities for all ages. Birthday parties, pottery wheel classes, painting lessons, or just for the fun of it. Get fired up for glazing projects as well as acrylics. We offer a wide selection of ceramic products for you to choose from, and we have thousands of pieces ready to paint. We are a Paragon kiln dealer and a Laguna Clay distributor. Stop by the Creative Arts Center today, located just off the Joshua Chamberlain Bridge in Brewer. The Creative Arts Center, where your only limitation is your imagination.
Jason Aldean. Rock and Roll Cowboy Tour 2022. Presented by Wolf Moon Bourbon. Saturday, September 10th, Maine Savings Amphitheater, Bangor, Maine, with Tracy Lawrence. Time marches on. And John Morgan. If I didn't love. ACM Artist of the Decade, Jason Aldean. Let's get this thing started. It's my kind of. On sale now at waterfrontconcerts.com or ticketmaster.com.
Cars will break down,
And when they do, it's too late. If your car's out of warranty, it leaves you with two choices. Get stuck paying for expensive repairs, or one phone call to CarShield. Their administrators pay for your covered repairs so you don't have to. Your coverage includes roadside assistance, towing, rental, and so much more. Plus, with their nationwide network, you choose the mechanic or dealer. Best of all, there's coverage for every wallet size. Make the smart call before it's too late. Call CarShield today.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
It's Monday, August 29th of 2022. September starts Thursday, and it was 64 years ago today that George Harrison met John Lennon and Paul McCartney. And they all decided, hey, let's become the Beatles. Well, incidentally, the Beatles' last performance in their public concert was the same date 8 years ago, and that was in San Francisco.
Cool. Well, Netflix is 25 years old today, starting as an online DVD rental business.
Do you remember that, when you used to get the DVDs in the tiny little white and red packaging?
I would like to bring that back if there's certain things that they can't have streaming. Like with a lot of the older movies, I would totally love to have that part back.
Because streaming's kind of there's so much content on there nowadays, and I feel like, have you ever seen the last Blockbuster? I think it's a Netflix documentary, actually.
I haven't, but I loved Blockbuster.
It's really good. It brings back those memories of being able to walk back into a movie shop on a Friday night, grab some popcorn, and just hang out, and just know that that's all you're going to do all night.
I know, and the people who work there, oftentimes I recognize, they know a lot about the movies.
They actually they cared what they were doing, and they made sure that they were prepared every day at work.
I know, I do miss that. Well, and Swedish actress Ingrid Bergman, who can forget a role in Casablanca, that's another good one, was born on this day in 1915 and died on this day in 1982 at the age of 67. Today is Individual Rights Day, More Herbs, Less Salt Day, and it's Motorist Consideration Monday. More herbs, less salt.
That's
I
a
like
new one.
that.
I haven't heard that one. That's a new one.
That is a good tactic, though. If you want to kind of cut down on your salt intake, just season it a lot.
Yeah, I learned so much about seasoning just in the last probably year. I just used to just have plain chicken and broccoli. Wasn't that great? But yeah,
now we're branching out.
Now we're branching out to put a ton of salt on the beef stroganoff last night. So maybe I'll switch it up this time.
Maybe some more pepper. That's what I do. If I'm like, be easier on the salt, I just add a lot more pepper, which doesn't always work either, too.
We're going to have to get a cooking show.
Yeah.
We'll have to get on that. Before we throw it over to Devin, though, let's take a quick look at the Artemis taking off this morning. The countdown is, I think we're just about an hour away if we were looking at it. It's going to be just a test flight up about 42 days the mission's going to be to try to get somebody back on the moon since the first time in 1972.
It looks like launch is set for 8:33 a.m. and we will be checking in from time to time until then. But if you want to pull this up on your own computer and see the live stream yourself, go to nasa.gov/NASA Live.
And let's turn it over to meteorologist Devin Biggs. He has another check of our forecast.
Good morning, Devin.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. As we start things off this morning, we're looking pretty good out there. Just a few clouds moving in from the west to the east in a few areas, though. A partly cloudy sky will be expected, so if you're looking forward to getting outside, today will be that day to do so. Things will be looking pretty nice. Anything that's developing is going off toward the north. We'll have to wait until later in the week for our turn for showers and thunderstorms. That will soon be possible. An overall futurecast for today, maybe some fog in a few spots, otherwise partly cloudy, but more dense fog will be on the way later on tonight. Maybe a few showers on the way by tomorrow morning in the northern ends of the state. Moving forward, though, again, a lot of the winds will be out of the southwest at about 5, maybe up to 15 miles per hour today, with more of the gusts along the coast to be ready. More gusty winds will be on the way throughout the daytime today, and especially as we head towards the daytime tomorrow. So your forecast for today, middle 80s on the way, partly cloudy and breezy out there. South wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour at times. Later on tonight, middle 60s on the way, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog. South wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 80s, mostly sunny, warm and humid out there. South wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period, a mixture of clouds and sun, temperatures in the 80s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up.
Thank you, Devin.
Hundreds of bicyclists traveled from around the country to participate in Bike Maine weekend. Bike Maine hosted a 3-day event in Lincoln. The statewide nonprofit is dedicated to advocating for biking and walking safety by educating children and adults.
Bikers camped out on the Lincoln High School soccer field and were given the option to take a longer or shorter route each day. One biker traveled 6 hours from Rhode Island to ride for a good cause.
It's like a wonderful group of people, fully supported ride, no pressure, you can go as slow or as fast as you want.
Always a wonderful opportunity to bring people to Maine, to bring Mainers to a different part of the state as well and be able to explore Maine by pedal.
The town connected with bicyclists by offering cultural events all weekend for riders to learn more about the town. And car enthusiasts gathered in the former Kmart parking lot on Hogan Road in Bangor for a benefit scholarship car show. The second annual David Priest Memorial Cruise-In took place Saturday to raise money for high school students interested in attending a community college to study the automotive industry or other trades. There was no cost to participate, but donations were encouraged.
Money was also raised through numerous raffles at this weekend's event. Car show organizers say the funds raised will help students with the cost of tuition, books, or even tools needed for their classes.
David loved working on cars, looking forward to going to college and working and opening a shop with his dad. But unfortunately, shortly after graduation, he was stricken with leukemia and he passed away. And so this show was to benefit him and to raise money for the David Priest Scholarship Foundation.
Organizers say $8,000 were raised. One of Maine's many state fairs finished up its season.
Devin Dagnall has the story.
Dover Foxcroft, the Piscataquis Valley Fair is celebrating its 135th anniversary. Rusty Weymouth says it's one of the fair's most successful seasons yet.
Rusty Weymouth, the president of the fair, says that people come from all over the state and beyond to visit. With a surplus of rides, games, and fried food, it's no wonder why the Piscataquis Valley Fair has attracted so many patrons this year.
It's a very large economic engine, for this area. We've had great entertainment. We've had Recall, we've had Uncrowned Kings, Sharon Hood last night. Points pull for pickup, Main State Points pull. Tremendous crowd. Broke all of our records. We were packing cars everywhere here last night.
From beauty pageants to pig scrambles, there's something at the fair for everyone. Weymouth also says that besides having fun, it's important that the fair gives back to the community.
We do a lot here for kids. Bicycle giveaways. We give away 2 bikes a day and 7 or 8 backpacks right full of school supplies. If they're going on to agriculture, we have a scholarship for them.
According to Weymouth, none of this would be possible if not for the generous donations from the fair's sponsors, both big and small. Although the Piscataquis Valley Fair is closing its season, Weymouth says people should go out and enjoy fairs, even if they're not his own, so that they can support and learn about the agriculture in their communities. In Dover Foxcroft, I'm Devin Dagnall, reporting for ABC 7 and Fox 22.
Still to come here this morning, the U.S. Open kicks off today in New York. We'll hear about what makes this season special for one of the greats.
But first, let's get a quick look at our overnight forecast. A high of 84 degrees today, a little bit of breeze. We'll see some sunshine out there. Tonight, the fog does roll in with some clouds. Temperatures only dropping down to a low of 64. And tomorrow, a humid and hot day in store. We'll see temperatures in the high 80s.
Hey Bangor residents, the City of Bangor is offering up to $2,000 in grants for income-eligible single-family homeowners if you install a new Fujitsu heat pump in your home. And Valley Home Services is an authorized Fujitsu installer. Up to $2,000. Combine that grant with rebates from Efficiency Maine, and you could have a new Fujitsu heat pump installed by Valley Home Services at little to no cost. Don't miss this incredible offer, Bangor. Call Valley Home Services today to see if you qualify.
Dine on the deck with a delicious view at the Lucerne Inn and Ryan's Pub, now open. Experience outdoor dining at its finest 7 days a week with award-winning dishes from their executive chef, Arturo Montes. Dining on the deck at Ryan's Pub is an unforgettable culinary experience you'll want to share with your family, friends, business partners, or that special someone. Your next visit to the Lucerne Inn will feel like the first all over again.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
From gourmet wraps to cappuccinos and espresso, come experience the difference local makes. Basic or exotic with more than 100 different cuts of meat and 40 cafe drinks. Outside seating, live music events, the newest It spot is right in the heart of Maine.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Sign up for You Pick 'em Red Sox at foxbangor.com. Pick who you think is going to win and compete against other fans for prizes.
Welcome back for sports. In less than a week, the regular season begins for most fall sports, including volleyball. Here's Dave Peck with more of your local news.
We had a good season last year. It was a lot of fun.
When the final bus ride home ends in a parade, calling 2021 a good season might be an understatement.
I still remember coming home on the fan bus and everybody's just cheering for you and they're screaming and like the fire trucks are out and it's a big parade and it was super, super fun.
Last year, Washington Academy Volleyball captured its second state title in 3 chances. But that's now history for the trophy case.
I think it was good, but we gotta forget about it. We're a new season, so we can't just think we're winners just because we won last time.
We just have to kind of forget about, well, not really forget about the championship, but it's a new year, so we have to kind of start over and just continue playing as hard as we can.
Now as defending state champs, the message from head coach Corey Schwinn is pretty straightforward.
Neutral is not an option. We're going to continue to improve. We're going to continue to grow. We are fortunate to have a very experienced team. We do have a lot of seniors this year, but we're not going to stay stagnant. Neutral is not an option.
The Raiders bring back every one of their starters from last year's championship team. But it's still a new year with new dynamics to navigate.
We have a couple new players, but honestly, everybody changes year from year. It's never going to be the same team. Even if you have the same people on it, you have a new environment, a new community, and you have to work with what you have.
This preseason has given Schwinn and the team a chance to tinker with the lineup. But come September 3rd, it's go time for the Raiders.
We always have to have the opportunity to shuffle the deck the way in which the team needs it. And so they've been really good at being able to adapt and adjust, and we'll see where it goes. But it's been a fun preseason so far.
Let's take a look at what you may have missed over the weekend. We'll start at the beautiful East Lake Golf Club in Atlanta, Georgia. The man of the day, Rory McIlroy, finishing up and taps in for his final par. McIlroy wins a third FedEx Cup as he overcomes the largest 54-hole deficit in FedEx Cup history. Switching to the pavement, last lap in Daytona, Austin Dillon holds off teammate Tyler Reddick and takes the checkered flag. Dillon gets his first win of the year and punched his ticket into the playoffs. And it was Ichiro Suzuki weekend over in Seattle. The Mariners celebrating and inducting him into the team's Hall of Fame on Saturday night. Certainly a prelude to his induction into Cooperstown in a few years. And a mint-condition Mickey Mantle baseball card sold for $12.6 million on Sunday, blasting into the record book as the most ever paid for sports memorabilia in a market that has grown exponentially more lucrative in recent years. Well, from top headlines to one of the top stories that took social media by storm. In the NFL, the rape allegation against the Buffalo Bills punter cut by the team this weekend. Questions are being raised about when the team knew about the allegation and if it acted soon enough. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimber.
This morning, Matt Ariza is out of the NFL. The Buffalo Bills releasing the rookie punter after he was accused, along with 2 college teammates, of gang raping an underage teen.
At this time, we just think it's the best move for everyone to move on from Matt.
The alleged attack came at a Halloween party last fall when Ariza was a star at San Diego State. The 2 other players allegedly involved have been removed from the school's roster. A civil lawsuit filed by a 17-year-old claims she was observably intoxicated while with Ariza and that he led her into a bedroom where the other 2 players were waiting. The alleged victim spoke to San Diego station KPPS.
They threw me down onto the bed, face down, and they took turns assaulting me.
Her father spoke to ABC News.
The first thing I did was, oh my Lord, how do I make sure that my daughter is physically cared for and safe? Then you bet anger comes in.
Ariza's attorney claims this is all a money grab.
He is 100% adamant
that he never forcibly raped this young lady or forcibly had sex with her in any type of way.
Ariza saying in a statement, the facts of the incident are not what they are portrayed in the lawsuit or in the press. I look forward to quickly setting the record straight. The Bills say they had no knowledge of the accusations when they drafted Ariza in April, but the alleged victim's lawyer was in contact with the Bills in late July, weeks before the civil lawsuit was filed last Thursday. The Bills then released Ariza Saturday, 2 days later, amid growing public backlash.
There are growing calls for the NFL to be held accountable amid a slew of sexual assault scandals. The NFL did not respond to our request for comment.
And the greatest tennis players in the world are in New York to compete in the U.S. Open, which kicks off today. But all eyes are on the woman who dominated the sport for a generation. Here's Rhiannon Alley with more.
Later today, Serena Williams will take the court in what is likely the last tournament of her career.
Her as an athlete have been not just a tennis player, have been one of the most important athletes in the history of the sport.
Some of the biggest stars in tennis are reflecting on what the 23-time Grand Slam winner means to the sport.
She's the biggest thing that will ever be in the sport.
Before Serena came along, there wasn't, not really an icon of the sport that looked like me.
And fans are clamoring to get one final look at the 6-time U.S. Open champ. Following her retirement announcement, ticket prices for the first rounds of the tournament have risen 40%.
The center court night session was really sold very quickly once everyone heard that that's going to be Serena's match.
And although Serena appearing in the final is far from guaranteed, tickets for the championship match are up nearly 70%, with fans anticipating one last great run.
I think anything can happen. And we have Serena Williams here, the greatest female tennis player of all time. And I think she can surprise anyone. Let's just see and take one match at a time.
But Serena's first match tonight won't be an easy one. Serena hasn't played much competitive tennis this year and is the 605th ranked player in the world. Her opponent tonight, Danka Kovanic, is ranked 80th. But if the singles tournament doesn't pan out for Serena, she'll have another chance to take home a championship as she battles for the doubles trophy with the woman who's been by her side since the very beginning, her sister Venus. Serena and Venus will be on the court together on Wednesday.
And that does it for sports. We'll be right back in 90 seconds.
Now, when it matters most, the straightforward facts. ABC News is America's #1 news. Good Morning America, #1 in the morning, 9 years running. World News Tonight with David Muir, #1 in the evening with America's most watched newscast. 2020, the #1 news magazine on Friday nights. The View, the #1 daytime talk show. And ABC News Live, #1 in streaming news. ABC News is America's #1 news.
The thing about domestic violence is it can happen at any point in life to anybody. The thing about Next Step is we are here at any time for you. If you feel like your relationship has gotten somewhere you never wanted it to be, just know we are here for you and we'll always be here for you. One thing we often hear is, if I had only known that you could help me with that, I would have called you so much sooner than I did. So please give us a call.
Luna Family Auto Sales is a locally owned business run by a husband and wife team.
Here at Luna Family Auto Sales, we combine our passion for cars with providing service to the community and local economy. Featuring no dock or hidden fees at all, we offer financing for all credit types and service everything we sell.
Check out our website at lunafamilyautosales.com.
Or come in and say hi. We'd love to meet you and introduce ourselves. Luna Family Auto Sales, 649 Stillwater Ave, Old Town.
And with Monday's business news, here's Leo Jonathan.
The Wall Street Journal says retailers have too much inventory, especially clothiers like activewear and sportswear. The cost of gas has consumers cutting back on everything. The Wall Street Journal also reports disruptions are likely to continue for several months as airlines try to balance high demand with a shortage of workers. In an effort to lure people back to theaters, more than 3,000 theaters will offer tickets for just $3 this coming Saturday. And as NASA aims to go back to the moon, Krispy Kreme is marking the day today with a new donut, the Artemis Moon Donut, topped with cookies and cream and a cheesecake filling. I'm Leo Jonathan with Monday's Business on ABC 7.
Now here's meteorologist Devin Biggs with our full weather forecast.
Good morning, Devin.
Alrighty, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Alrighty, as we start things off this morning, there's a few clouds that are passing through in a few areas. Things looking pretty good for us. Maybe some areas of patchy fog that have developed as well this morning. That will be getting out of here, with plenty of sunshine that will be developing, but so far the current setup showing high pressure nearby. We'll be watching this system moving in soon. This will give us good chances for showers and thunderstorms later this week, which is good news. We still need the precipitation, so anything that develops here will definitely help things out. Let's take a field trip. I haven't dug this graphic out in a while. We have tropical issues starting to develop now. This is what we call Invis 91L right here, and it's tracking a little bit to the west-northwest at about 6 miles per hour, and we'll need to keep an eye on this. So we're expecting this to possibly develop into a tropical system. So what we call the spaghetti plot models have been activated to help track the system, and so far we're thinking a northwesterly track here, and it's going to be getting close to the U.S. coast from the latest thinking right now. So we'll need to keep an eye on this as it tracks off towards the north and west, though, and it may even get close to us. So we have a long ways to go with that, so we'll definitely make sure to keep an eye on that. Back here at home, though, our average high is 77 degrees. We'll be in the middle 80s today, upper 80s for you Tuesday, then upper 70s by Wednesday, Thursday, middle 70s by Friday and a Saturday, and also as we head into your Sunday. Dew points are going to be up, though, feeling a little humid for the next few days, so dew points will reach for the middle 60s, possibly even the 70s as we head towards Wednesday, before that cold front moves in, kind of cleans up the atmosphere, and we'll be more comfortable again by Thursday, Friday, and also in a Saturday. Future cast moving forward, though, again, maybe some clouds and some fog mixed this morning. Will remain partly cloudy on and off throughout the daytime today, with, of course, maybe a few clouds and some fog on the way again later on tonight. Maybe a few showers further off toward the north, but overall looking pretty good throughout the day on Tuesday. With a partly cloudy sky, Futurecast tries to get a few sprinkles going. We'll have to keep an eye on that as that opportunity may try to exist. With more dense fog on the way as we head towards Wednesday morning. So overall, though, rain chances later this week looking pretty good out there, though. Maybe some areas seeing up to an inch before we're all finished up. This path may shift a little bit, so keep an eye on this. You might see a little bit more rain than what's indicated here at this point. So your forecast for today, middle 80s, partly cloudy and breezy. South wind getting up to about 20 miles per hour. Later on tonight, middle 60s, partly cloudy, areas of dense fog. South wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 80s, it'll be warm out there, mostly sunny, warm and humid. South wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour. Already, your Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Thunderstorms likely on Wednesday, with highs falling back into the upper 70s. Upper 70s on Thursday, with a small chance of rain and a partly cloudy sky. And mostly sunny on Friday, highs in the mid-70s.
So today I'm going to talk about Carhartt.
You always want to talk about Carhartt.
Well, that's because we're always getting new stuff in every day. Fall shipments are starting to roll in. We got blue jeans back in. Best selection, best prices.
Thank you for shopping Rennie's.
If you're looking to buy or sell a home, chances are you have lots of questions. Norm Prouty has answers. Learn some tips and tricks and explore some beautiful homes on the market. The Norm Prouty and Donnell Baker Real Estate Show, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on ABC 7.
I grew up in Eastport. My dad actually worked for Bangor Hydro, so that was always my goal. I've been here for 36 years. We're all that same company, from Washington County to Bangor, Lincoln, Prescott. We're all the same people. We're all from here. This area is like one big community. When we help people, that's our biggest reward, getting the power back on. We've done that for years, and we'll continue to do that.
Does your dream kitchen look like this? Or this? Or maybe you need a little more inspiration. Get it when you explore the complete in-store showroom displays at Hammond Lumber Company. When you find the look you like, the Hammond team will help you customize it, including accurate 3D renderings, so you can visualize your project before the work begins. Hammond offers statewide delivery and professional service after the sale. Your dream kitchen begins when you bring your vision to Hammond Lumber Company.
Welcome to the Purple Baboon, a local gem on the Belfast waterfront. Find lots of little joys for every taste, like fun clothing for the whole family and a lovely selection of coastal Maine-made jewelry. The Purple Baboon, the best selection at great prices. 31 Front Street, Belfast.
Tonight, the final hometown is heating up.
Are you ready for this with Avon?
But who will get burned?
I'm not asking for anything from you.
At the Men Tell All.
I am sorry.
All of that is...
If you've been to a farmer's market or the grocery store recently, you've probably noticed how reasonable cukes are right now. And for those of you who are growing them in your garden, you know how abundant they can be. So to take advantage of this bounty, let me show you how to turn them into pickles. As easy as 1, 2, 3. We start by slicing our cukes and onions. If you have a food processor with a slicing blade, this is the easiest way to go. I usually double or triple the recipe since these stay fresh in the fridge for about a week. So if you're making them, you might as well go ahead and make a bunch. Now, we'll put these in a microwave-safe bowl along with some sugar, white vinegar, and a bunch of spices, which includes mustard seed, salt, celery seed, and a bit of turmeric for color. We'll give these a good mix and microwave them for a few minutes. Just remember to give them a stir halfway through. Once they're done, cover them and pop them in the fridge for a couple of hours to chill up. The hard part will be deciding what to serve these with, since they go with just about everything. So whether you plan on serving them at your next family barbecue or pairing them up with tonight's dinner, you can't go wrong. To get the recipe for our homemade microwave pickles, simply visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a picklicious way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Some people take to the water in a kayak, others in a canoe, and others in a hollowed-out pumpkin. A video upload to social media shows Goon Hansen of Nebraska paddling down the Missouri River in a giant hollowed-out pumpkin. On Saturday, Hansen broke the Guinness World Record for riding more than 25.5 miles in a pumpkin.
He rode 38 miles from the city of Bellevue to Nebraska City in 11 hours. Hansen grew the 846-pound gourd in his garden. The new record holder had a lot to celebrate on Saturday. Besides his unusual endeavor, he also rang in his 60th birthday on the same day. An Alabama deputy sheriff finds some local pets, see him an opportunity for a free ride and a drive-through meal. Madison County Deputy Casey Thrower gets thrown for a loop after some goats stumble across his car looking for something to munch on and maybe a nice free spin around the block.
Thrower, who leaves his car doors open in the event of dog attacks, found the goats in his car and on the roof and hood. After delivering some civil papers to one address, Thrower said the goats were eager and hungry, and he managed to shoo them away to get back to work.
Good Morning America is next on ABC 7.
Stay with us for the second hour of Good Morning Maine. That's coming up next on Fox 22, and we hope you have a great Monday.
Every year, over 16,000 fires are caused by dirty block dryers and clogged vents, even when you clean the lint trap every time. Introducing the Hurricane Lint Lizard, the revolutionary cleaning device that gets deep inside your dryer to clean the dangerous lint that even your lint trap leaves behind. Look, we used a professional inspection camera to show the inside of this dryer, and lint was everywhere. But just attach the Hurricane Lint Lizard on any vacuum. Then push it into your dryer, and instantly the hidden lint is removed. Now the inside is perfectly clean and back to factory fresh. The secret is the flexible design that follows the inner airways of your dryer and cleans away the hidden problems. Just look at all the lint we cleaned out of this dryer. Plus, a dirty dryer takes forever to dry clothes and wastes energy. But with the Lint Lizard, your clothes will dry faster and your energy bills will be less.
There's so much lint in there, and it came out so easy.
I thought I kept my dryer clean. This thing really works. Wow, this is easy. You can see the lint coming out. Now that's a lot of lint. I can't believe my dryer even ran.
Plus, it'll clean your dryer